healing, take it slow.
Well, YouTube, I messed up. I've got to say it. I messed up. Unfortunately, I overheated the Civic the other night on my way home, and now I'm going to have to tear apart the engine again and do an upper end rebuild again. So excited. No, I'm really not. I'm being facetious right now, which means fictitious, joking, or a obvious lie. But the good thing is that I can do the upper end rebuild in the car. I can get it done in under 6 hours, so it won't be too heinous. But the problem the problem lies in the fact that I am probably just going to go ahead and have the head milled this time. The highest temperature that I recorded while I was trying to limp the car home was 284 degrees Fahrenheit. That is fucking hot. That is very, very, very hot. Now, what impresses me is that the car still ran. I was ridiculously impressed by that. And unfortunately, which I'm aware of, so obviously I didn't do it. But unfortunately, what happens to a lot of people when they get in that kind of a situation, they are out and about, and it is not safe to do this, but they will realize that their car is overheating, and they will just dump a bunch of water in there. The problem is that that water, while it might not be cold, it's a lot colder than 284 degrees Fahrenheit. And what ends up happening is rapid contraction of the metals. And that can cause really, really bad problems. So I did not take the car out. I did not take the fun car to work yesterday. I gave it the day off so that it could cool down. And what I am going to try to do is get a compression test on the cylinders tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I am already really exhausted. My sleep schedule got messed up this weekend, and I've got to try to force myself to stay awake to edit this video. And tomorrow there will not be a vlog. Tomorrow we're going to make a video on how to do a compression test. So we're going to get that done, and we will have a good time with that. Hopefully the compression test will come back with good numbers all the way around, and that will tell me that it's okay to just refill with water and go ahead. But we're gonna have to see. I don't know. Unfortunately, it's one of those that it's probably warped. That is a lot of heat. 284 degrees is a ridiculous operating temperature, and unfortunately, I don't even know how long it was like that. So there is a possibility that that I was being unobservant because I was tired that night, and I may have been driving that way for a while. I don't know. That is completely 100% my fault. And so I'm gonna have to own that and get it taken care of. Now, I am kind of toying around the idea: do I replace the head with a rebuilt one, or do I have the head milled and rebuilt? Being that it's only a 4-cylinder head, and obviously it's just the one, it's also only aluminum, so it shouldn't be too expensive to have done. with a valve job. I think I'll also get a valve job, but I started pricing out some rebuilt ones that have already been milled to spec and that already have brand new valve stem seals, and that is looking like $300. And I don't really know that I want to spend that much money, because I can probably get a head gasket pretty cheap, and I think the head gasket by itself, I think, is only $35. The engine uses steel studs, not aluminum torque to stretch bolts, so those I can reuse out of the motor, but that's if I can get them out. I mean, if I warp the head, the bolts might not be any good anymore. I'm gonna have to inspect the bolts as well. Overall, it's just gonna be another project that I'm gonna have to be careful about. But I think that even if the compression test comes back good tomorrow, I am going to probably set aside some money and some time to tear the car apart and go ahead and have the head either rebuilt or replaced. I've got to make a decision about that. The timing belt is brand new, the head gasket is brand new, but since it's an overheat, the head gasket's going out. Even though it is an all-metal gasket, with that much temperature, I'm too concerned that there could have been some kind of another issue that I will need to look at. So tomorrow, I will have all of the answers. Well, I wish. Tomorrow I will have a lot of the answers as far as what I am going to do with that. And I'm going to have to go from there on that one. So we shall see. I do not believe that the car's not dead, and I know that. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm going to have to put an even larger amount of time into this car and a few $100 more. So I only paid $500 for the donor motor, or for the donor car, and I got quite a bit more than that out of that car. So even if I chop it up and turn it into scrap, which I think Brandon, Nathan, and I are going to have some fun with, probably here real soon, even turning that car into scrap metal, I'm still going to more than make back everything that I spent on that car. So, but it is, I'm possibly looking at another $300, $400 by the time the little nitpicky stuff gets done. So who knows what's gonna happen with it, but I'm gonna have to figure something out to do with the car. I don't want to pronounce it dead. More of I'm pretty much like dead set on saying that it can't die, which I've always promised people. A long time ago when I was driving, when it was my only car, I promised people over and over again, the car won't die, and even if it does, I won't crush it. I'll put another motor in it and make it live again. And that'll be my own little form of torture and its little form of immortal life. Because I'm just not gonna let that die. And driving it for the last month, or month and a half really, I became attached to the car again. I fell in love with that car again. I hate driving this Accord again. I hated driving the Accord from the get-go, but does somebody want to buy an Accord? It's an '01 Accord. It's got 260,000 miles on it. I'll let it go cheap, like real cheap. I don't want it anymore. But yeah. Anyways, I am gonna wrap this up. I'm tired. I really am. But I'm gonna call it quits for today. Hopefully that'll mean that the editing won't be that bad, and I'll be able to get this out to you guys. If you haven't checked it out already, I uploaded our game of Pig Ball the other night that I was having fun with when I was in Thompson Station with my friends. So I hope you guys will give that a chance. It's an hour and 38 minutes long. I'm not really expecting you guys to watch all of it, but it's a really fun game, and hopefully it'll give you an idea for how to play yourselves, and you guys will be able to enjoy in that same fun. I've also started playing Go again. I did get to play Pistol Pete or Lou, and we had a lot of fun with that. Lou wants to play again, and I'm excited to play Lou again, and I hope that he keeps practicing, because Lou, for a first-time player, he did really well. And I think I'm also going to get to teach Jolie Falcon how to play, and I'm really looking forward to that, because I think that'll be fun too. The more people that I can get interested in this game, the more excited I'm going to be about it, because I like playing Go, and I stopped basically because I was tired of playing anonymous people that I didn't know, and obviously the robots, and that was like, I think I stopped 8 or 9 years ago, and so I've kind of forgotten a lot about how to play, and I don't have the same level of focus that I had before, so I want to play people, and if that means I got to train people up, I'm going to train people up so I can have a lot of fun people to play with. So that's what I'm going to have to, that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully I will be able to play with Lou again, and in the very near future, hopefully Jolie. Both of them do have school, however, so obviously it's going to have to be on a weekend or during their spring break, and I don't know if they're even going to want to spend their spring break learning another game. That is completely up to them. Pistol Pete, it does have his own YouTube channel where he does go and play a lot of games, and I believe, if I remember correctly, he's going to be doing a lot of streaming here over his spring break. He's really looking forward to it. I think he's gonna play. If I remember correctly, he's going to continue on with the Last of Us Remastered this weekend, and next week he has a lot of fun games planned as well. Hopefully I'll be able to jump in on that stream again and hang out with him. And I'm gonna kind of end it here. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Jay, but I hope he does some more streaming this weekend and I can hang out with him as well. So I will see you guys later. I will hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I will see you guys, and I'll have a compression test video for you guys, and we can kind of go over that. Well, I think this will be the first car video. Oh my gosh! Because I didn't really show you guys how to do the seafoam treatment because it's such a basic thing, and I wanted to film the spark plugs, but I forgot about that. I was over at a friend's house and the car was hot, and I just wanted to get it done, and so I rushed that job, and I didn't film that at all, and I should have, but you know what? I'm gonna get it done. So anyways, I will see you guys later. And I hope you guys will like and subscribe. It's hard for me to tell you guys that on a vlog, but I hope you guys like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And yeah, also check out Pistol Pete and Jay. I'm going to include links for their channels in the description below. And if you like video games or like experiencing different video games, you definitely should check out their channels. They are up-and-coming YouTube creators like I am, and as I tell a lot of people, YouTube creators need to help each other out. That said, if you don't like the big scary guys cooking, if you don't, I mean, oh my gosh, but there is somebody else that I can recommend you to, because I am not without resources for you. I do this all for you guys. And that is I'm No Chef Natasha. She is also trying to work her way up and also going to medical school. So this is a nice little form of side income for her, which is pretty awesome because if I remember correctly, she's putting herself through school and through medical school and managing a YouTube channel as well, in which she also does some cooking. So definitely check her out, guys, and I will see you guys later. I'm done. I'm at home. Goodbye.